Hey guys, techmadeezy, and thank you so much for clicking on our video today. Well, today we've got the Google Pixel Watch. We've had this for 2 weeks now, and we really want to share what we like and what we don't like. I will definitely start off telling you that this thing's got a beautiful design. It is not thick, it is not bulky, and it does not look like a smartwatch. This thing has Google Assistant built in as well. It works really, really well. I'm actually impressed. I'll start off telling you that we're not going to be keeping this. We're not going to be using this. And I'll share why in the video in a little while. I am hopeful that they do come out with a Google Pixel 2 watch that might address some of the needs, okay? In this review, I'm going to do a super quick unboxing. We're going to show you what's included. We're going to take a close look. I'm going to go over the basics of the Pixel lineup, so you're aware of what the lineup is, what it has. I'll show you some bands as well. I'm going to go over the interface. I'm going to go over the app. I'll also go over specs. And lastly, I'll share what I like and what I don't like. So let's get this party started. Hi, it's Al from techmadeezy with a real quick message. I just want to let you know the video you're about to watch is not sponsored. We went out and bought the products ourselves. So, if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps. Share our video. And lastly, we hope you subscribe to our channel and become a part of the family. Thank you. Let's start off talking about what you can do with the Google Pixel Watch. Well, you can make and receive phone calls. You can send and read text messages. You can use Google Assistant for many things like turning off a light or controlling your smart home. You can track health and wellness with the Fitbit app built right in. You can monitor your heart rate. You can check your heart rhythm with the ECG app. You can use Google Maps for directions. You can use Google Pay when you're out shopping. And if you have the LTE version, well, you can leave your phone at home. Let's go over some basics. And this is just the lineup itself, right? So the watch comes in LTE and it also comes in Wi-Fi. They both have Bluetooth. The price difference is about $50. So they start at $349 and they go to $399. Now the screen size is only 41 millimeter. That's the only thing. They don't offer any other sizes. They do have some different color combinations, so let's go ahead and bring up a slide and take a look at that. So let's go over the color combinations. We'll start off in the left. The champagne gold case looks nice, and it's got that hazel active band. It kind of looks like a bluish green. It's really nice. Now we went with the black right there. So matte black case with the obsidian active band. Next to that is the polished silver case with the chalk active band that kind of looks like a cream or an eggshell. Going all the way to the right, you've got the polished silver case with the charcoal active band. So you could see here that you've got the black case, the champagne case, or the polished silver case. And then at that point, you can, go out and get some different bands. Speaking of bands, by the way, there are over 30 bands that are made by Google. They go from $49 to $79, but let's pull up a slide and take a look at some of them. So here are some band colors. This is just a few. I've decided to show you the woven and the active. Now, when you buy the watch, you really want to look at what case you want. Do you want the matte black case or the polished silver? Then you kind of go with the watch band that you want. So as you could see here to the left, that's a lemongrass woven. Then you've got a coral woven. And then you've got an ivy, which has got that hint of green, by the way. I know it looks black, but it's got a hint of green. Then you go over to the right, you've got the active bands, and they make them in lemongrass, hazel, and the one you saw on me today, which is called the obsidian. Let's go over specs now, and then afterwards we'll move forward. So the screen is an AMOLED screen. It's 41 millimeters, 320 ppi. up to 1,000 nits of brightness. So it's a nice screen. It's got nice color. It also has that always on display option. Now the glass is a custom glass. It's custom 3D glass by Corning, part of their Gorilla Glass series. The battery on this is 294 milliamp. So they're saying you'll get up to 24 hours of battery life. It'll take 80 minutes to charge to 100%. Again, cellular is 4G LTE only. It comes with the UMTS, so that will support 3G as well. The processor is made by Samsung. It's their Exynos 9110 processor. Memory, 32 gigabytes of eMMC flash memory, and it has 2 gigs of SD RAM. It does have a built-in microphone and a built-in speaker. To my knowledge, there's only one speaker on the left side of the watch. Lastly, water resistance. This is a 5 ATM12. They say this will hold up to pressures equivalent to 50 meters or 164 feet. As we go on to page 2 of specs, the final page, for fitness, you have to have the Fitbit app, so you have to download that. It's integrated into the Google Pixel Watch app as well, but you still need both. The sensors, as you can see, there are plenty of sensors. The operating system on here is Wear OS 3.5, so it is the latest and greatest. It does require an Android with 8.0 or higher. It has Bluetooth, and it also has NFC. The Bluetooth version is 5.0. The weight on this is 36 grams or 1.27 ounces without the band, and it does come with a 1-year warranty. Now, if you want to see a quick comparison of, I guess, all 3 watches that I'm currently using, yes, I know I'm the guy that goes back and forth between all these watches, but you can see here that, you know, this is just a bigger watch. It's 46 millimeters, right? So I just like that larger size. And if you look at 45 millimeters from Apple, you know, again, you're just getting a larger screen. Now, as you could see here, when you're looking at the Pixel, you know, this is not usable, the outside of the screen. It's, you know, you're obviously using it for swiping and stuff. You know, whereas obviously when you look at the Apple, look how much larger that is. And again, let's compare the Samsung for a moment. You know, so you are getting, you know, just a larger screen. A nice size watch. I mean, again, it's definitely a lot thicker, right? I mean, you know, when you look at the Samsung, the Apple could be very similar, maybe a drop thicker, but, you know, beautiful design, definitely. Just something interesting to really look at. Let's take a look at the interface a little bit. So when we swipe from the top to the bottom, we do get all of our settings, right? So we can go in here and mute. We can turn airplane mode on. It's got a flashlight, which is kind of funny. It's white or red, all right? And then obviously you click it again to get out of it. But swipe back down, do not disturb. It shows your battery level, which is nice. You know, you've got a couple of other things that you can do in here. All right, now if we swipe from left to right, you'll actually see some of the tiles that we set up that you can do in the app. All right, and to my knowledge, I believe you can hold these down and you can add more. So be aware of that. But these are the tiles that'll be accessible from left or right. Okay, now if I go to the watch and I hold the watch down, I can actually change to a different watch interface. As you can see here, you know, they've got plenty. And again, you can add more on the app, which we'll show you in a moment. If you swipe from the bottom to the top, you'll get your notifications, right? Like I'm using Samsung SmartThings, my doors are open, my baby called me, right? And then I can actually hit clear all, or I can individually clear these and keep the ones that I want. Now, let's talk about the crown and the side button here. So if I hold the crown down, it will actually give me a power off menu, as you can see here, or an emergency SOS, which you'll have to set up in the app. All right, now if you just press the crown, it'll go into your apps. It'll show you all the different apps that you're going to have access to on the smartwatch. Now, there is a side button. It's hidden because this is the matte black, but there's a side button there, as you can see. Now, when we go ahead and hold the side button down, you'll see that we're not connected right now, but Google will come up, the assistant, and then you can actually use Google Assistant. But we are not connected right now to the phone. Now, if you just press it, it'll bring up your recent apps, whatever you used recently. So that's a little bit on the interface on the watch. Let's take a look at the interface on the phone. Now, just showing you Google, again, you just tap the side button. Actually, you hold it. What's 1 plus 1?
1 plus 1 is 2.
So just a simple demo, but I wanted to show you, you can actually say the hey word and it'll work, but you can also hold that button down if you need to. So I like that. Let's take a quick moment and go over the app that you would install on your phone. Keep in mind you do need Android 8.0 or higher, but let's look at watch faces for a minute. Now again, everything you do in here immediately takes effect on your phone. So if you've got pre-installed watch faces and you want to use this one, you would click Use on Watch. So I go back to the one I like. Now you can also go in and add new ones, right? Most of these are free, which is great, and then you can go into the App Store to buy some. But when you go in here and you look at these watch faces, you'll see that some of them might have the time, the date. You can edit those, which is nice, because maybe you want steps and you want battery. So there is a good bunch of watch faces that you can get for free right now. So I'm glad to see they're updating that. Let's go back. Let's look at tiles. Now tiles are interesting, right? Because tiles are basically what shows up on the watch, right? So let me wake that up for a minute. Now if I swipe to the right, you'll notice that steps shows up because it's the first one. And then heart rate shows up. But what if I want heart rate to move up and be the first one to show up? So I can hold this little button here, swipe up, and it just made the change that quickly. And now heart rate is first, and my steps are there, my exercise, and the timers that I use. So real easy to adjust. You can delete them, you can move them up or down. So I like the tiles. Oh, and by the way, you can add more tiles. See the add tile button? There are a bunch, not as many as I thought, but there are a bunch, right? UV index, Google Maps, the sleep one, last activity. So you could add more tiles that will benefit you and make it more customized to you. Notifications, you can go in and adjust notifications. You don't want all notifications on your watch. Some people might, but you could say, I want the notification on my phone, but not on my watch. So you can customize that here, which is good. The other thing I want to show you is if you go to preferences, you can change a couple of things here. One that's nice is orientation. So let's say you're a righty or a lefty, and you basically want the watch on your right hand, and the crown you might want, showing on the left side instead of the right side. So that's up to you. You could actually make that setting change, and that's not something you see on all smartwatches, so I do like that. So pretty good stuff. You can do software updates, things like that, but there you go. I mean, for the most part, just a quick overview of the Smart app. Well, it looks like we're getting a call from Sweet Brooklyn to do a sound test on the watch. Well, let's pick it up and see how it sounds.
Hello? How are you? I hope you're doing okay. It's been a while since we spoke. I'm taking care of Brooklyn, so you have nothing to worry about. I hope this sound test works well for you. Have a great day.
Let's go ahead and talk about what I like and what I don't like so I could share my opinion with you. Number one, I have to say the biggest reason why I'm not keeping it is it's too small. 41 millimeter, just too small for me. I really like the design, but it's too small. You saw my Apple, Series 7, it's 45 millimeter. You saw my Samsung Watch 4, that's 46 millimeter, and it's got that bezel I like, right? That's why I haven't updated to the 5. Battery life, too. I mean, this thing only lasts a day. My other watches at least last like 2, so that you got to charge it every single day. Now, this is not a big reason, I'm going to be honest with you, but I thought a watch coming out at the end of 2022 should have 5G. So I don't know why it doesn't have 5G. And why would 5G be beneficial? Some people buy stuff and they like to make them last, right? It future-proofs it. So when 3G gets turned off and 4G gets turned off, you could still use it, right? We all don't want to buy stuff every year. We want to use it for a couple of years, Now, it doesn't have auto workout detection, but I hear that's coming in an update. And the other thing, I guess, I don't like having to use 2 apps. I don't like having to sign into the Fitbit app and have that installed on the phone also. I'd like to see that fully integrated into one app. All right? But let's now talk about what I like. Overall, I mean, really, the biggest reason why I didn't decide on keeping it is it's tiny. It's too small. But, I like the design. I really do. This is a beautiful, piece of art. I like that OS Wear 3.5 is very smooth. It's snappy. There's no delays. So the operating system on this is phenomenal. Google Assistant works really well. I've never had it work that well on a watch. I mean, I guess made by Google, it should do that, right? So even on the Samsung Watch 4 Classic, I couldn't get it to work right. So who knows if that'll get better. I also like the watch bands. I really like the way the bands just seamlessly disappear into the watch. I like that. That's a part of that design. It's beautiful. So, guys, I really hope this short review helped you in some way. If it did, give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. It really, really does. If you're new to the channel, take a moment and subscribe. We would love to have you as a member of the family. And share our video with your friends, your family, and your chat rooms. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, we'll put that up there. You'll see our usernames. And thank you so much for taking the time and watching our video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Have a great day. Hey guys, take a moment and give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. As you can see, Brooklyn, she's waving her tail for you. Take a moment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and you'll get notified of new videos we come out with. Also, follow us and contact us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.